Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena and I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking and all the things in between. Today we're going to be talking about planners. A little while back ago I made this kind of what I'm just calling my creative journal, I think. I've been working in it a little bit and I will show you that another time, but I find that in the summer when the weather switches up, I kind of want to change up planners too. So this was the first thing that I started creating. I am still working in my A5 catch-all, and this one here, this one houses, it's got a small budget section, my catch-all, homeschooling, and then YouTube. I have an older video of the setup of this, so I will link that for you up in the cards or down in the description box if you want to see that. But today what I thought I'd work on is a personal size planner. So I have this KiwiCo planner. This was like one of my dream planners way back in the day. And I just think it's so bright and cheerful and so pretty. It's got a little spot I need to rub off here. But that I think I'm going to use this for I'm going to set this up as my wallet. Currently I am using a pocket size planner for a wallet, but I think I'm going to try this for a little while. I also have a Filofax in a personal size, and I have used that one as a wallet as well, but I thought this one, just the colors were bright and fun, and so I thought I would set this up with you. So what I did was, in the spirit of using all the things that I already have, I'm trying not to purchase new stuff this year. I went through my planner supplies and I pulled out a couple of things that I already either had digital files of or already had printed out. So I had, this is a free printable. It is a monthly, let me bring you in a little closer. This is the free monthly layout from Peanuts Planner Co. And so I already had this printed out because I think I thought I was going to use a personal planner for this year, but I was going from a classic size happy planner, and just going down to this size felt a little too small for me, so that's why I went with the A5. But I think I will stick these in there. I also had some weeklies. So this is from So Much Crafting, and I had June of 2020, like the entire thing in there. So I think I'm just going to redate that, and then I think it's June and July. No, I just have June, the entire month of June, and then that is the August tab, but I don't have a July one. I also had these. These are actually from Heidi Swap, so if I wanted to use these weeklies, I would have to hole punch differently. But I also found these weekly ones that are just blank. And these are so old. These are from Kawaii Design when she was doing inserts, and so I have some of these too. So I think I might put these in there for now. So we have some weekly, and then I just pulled out some like dividers, and these are like little card holders and stuff like that. Here's these are Filofax ones. Here's I have a little coins or whatever, or a zipper pouch, that's what I'm trying to say. And then this was, ooh, things are falling out. And this was just a homemade pocket that I had made. So it's got the little clear pockets here from Target that I just stuck on there, and then this was just laminated. So I think I actually had this down in here, and it had my sticky notes in there. So I pulled that out, and then I also had these clear dividers that I made. These are Sweet Kawaii Design stickers, and then I used them as tabs here. And then I think these also are, yeah, they're pockets here. So I could essentially just use these for my cash envelopes, but I don't know. So I don't know where we're going with this. I just pulled a bunch of stuff out. These are also just some little dividers that I made, and I pulled out. So this is just laminating sheets, and I put in one of these little stickers and then laminated it. Oh, I also put washi tape, and then I laminated it and hole punched it. And so now they're just clear little, like, not full dividers, but bookmarks maybe, I guess you could call it. or place settings. I'm not finding the right words here. Clearly I could use another cup of coffee. So I have that, and then this one also. So, and then just some blank pages, line sheets, grid sheets. I know I have a couple more of these in there. I think these were just like in between my calendars. These are daily printables, it looks like, and they are from Annie Plan's printables. This, I think, was probably a TN printable that I bought, because I don't know if she does this for her, these divider type things for her ring ones, but personal was my jam, personal size. Like that's where I used that for quite a while. But anyways, I had these as well, so I thought dailies would be good to have in there too. And then here are some cash envelopes. So these are old ones that I already have printed out. These I think are from the Budget Mom, and she sends you templates. Sometimes she'll have, if you join her email list, she has free templates for this. I think even on her website you can search for some. And she also sells some that are a little sturdier. These are just on, like, I think it feels like maybe 24-pound paper. It's not just regular copy paper, but it's just a tiny bit thicker than that. Printed it out in color, folded it, and then glued it and hole punched it. So I have 3 of those. This one looks like I did it backwards, or for me feels backwards, but put your category here. I think I like to have them this way, which it probably is backwards to people, but because I like to be able to just reach in right away, versus this way you have to flip it and then open it. Because I'm right-handed, I think this just feels more comfortable to me. But those are my cash envelopes that I had. These are so much crafting, savings tracker. Thought that would be a good thing to put in. And then these are from Wonderful, I will link it down below, but I think it's called Wonderful Printing or Wonderful Printables. But I printed them wrong. I tried to print it double-sided and the things just didn't line up. So what I'm thinking is that we could still use these, but I might attach them to the envelopes. And then I also had these check register ones as well, but I don't know where these are from and I don't see the printing on it. But there's those as well. So I think we're just going to kind of set it up and see what we want to do with it. Here I could use for my cards as well, but most likely I think what I will use is some of these pockets. So let's get some of these pocket things out. This for sure I like having in the back, so I'm just going to snap that back there because it is larger. It does well as a page lifter too. So I want to have some of these in here. I don't think I need this many cards. We'll put 2. But I don't want my cards to be the first thing when I open the wallet. I think I might want one divider in front. So maybe let's put this Webster's page first and then the cards. I can put like something decorative here. I do want this for coins in here, and I haven't yet decided if I'm going to use cash for cash envelopes or if I'm going to just use cards, and I'll explain that in a second. So I'm going to put one in. One for sure I'm going to use for, and I want to use for groceries. So there is a couple of different ways that I have done the budgeting kind of system here. One way we did it was to use cash envelopes, where you would take, you have certain categories that is variable spending. So things like groceries, where it can vary, you know, what you're spending. You have a set budget amount. So say your monthly budget for groceries is $600. If you're doing every 2 weeks, you would pull out $300, or however you want to do it. If you want to break it down per week, you would take out your weekly allowance for your budget, and you would put that cash in your envelope, and then you would mark your envelope for groceries. Then as you went to the grocery store or were buying groceries, you would take the cash and that's what you would spend. The idea being that because it's cash, it is a little harder to spend because you're seeing the money go. But also, once you're out, you're out. And so you can't overspend, because once your envelope is empty, you can't purchase anything else. So that's just an example for groceries. You could do anything. You can do envelopes for your planner supplies. You can do envelope for beauty supplies. You can do envelopes for whatever and anything that you want. We didn't have a lot of variable spending, so we did a grocery / household budget. So that meant that everything has to fit in that category. So even if it wasn't groceries, if it was household items like toilet paper or disposable plates, if we wanted to get that, or any other cleaning supplies or air filters, all of that was coming from the same variable budget, our grocery / household one. And then I also had another one for gas. Now, this is where I was saying the gas budget, I'm not sure. The gas budget, what I was doing was using a card, because we would get our gas from Costco. That was the best price around, but they don't take cash for your gasoline. So I would go and purchase a Costco gift card, and that gift card would hold my gas budget on it. So instead of having cash in my envelope, I would just have that gift card, and once the money was out from the gift card, that was it. That was all of my cash allowance for gas, the gas budget. And so I think that we may go back to that, but I'm not sure. Actually, I think I like these printouts, but I don't like the way I printed them, but I don't want to waste them. So I think I'll just hole punch them anyways, and use the front side, and then when I go to print them next time, I'll know better. So that could be, that's two different ways that you can kind of do the cash envelope system and kind of tweak it to make it your own. So sometimes we did cards and sometimes we did actual cash. Also, we ended up opening an account at a local credit union, and we used one of their cards as our cash envelopes when everything first shut down and stores were not accepting cash because they didn't want that extra hand-to-hand touch, I guess. So they were encouraging you to just use your card, or saying they could only accept cards. So we ended up having a local credit union, and we opened a separate bank account there so that we could use that separate bank card for our grocery and household budget. But I will say that having cash, it is a little bit more work when you're checking out, especially if you've ever shopped at Aldi's. When we shopped at Aldi's, it feels very rushed. They're always in a hurry to get you out of their line, and it just felt so rushed. But the cash system really works well, because you can physically see there's only $2 left in here, whereas a card, you have to really pay attention. So when we use the card, you really want to utilize these type of things a little bit more. So as you can see, I just put in here will be your month, and then the budget category. So I would write groceries, and then whatever my budget amount is. And you can set this up for a month. Like I said, we try to do monthly grocery shopping, so I would do it by the month, or you could do it every 2 weeks. If you only want to budget yourself for 2 weeks, that may work better for your mind frame too. Then you can just set this up for the 2 weeks, and then when the 2 weeks is done, take it out and put in a fresh sheet, however you want to do it. So I think we're going to set this up for the month. I did already go grocery shopping, so there's stuff that I need to fill out here. I actually have my budget meeting with my husband coming up, so I'm going to talk to him about how he feels like he wants to handle, if we want to do cash envelopes again, or if we just want to do a card system. And then here, this section I think I will use for, maybe this one will be for my gas, and then if we have another variable type area, we could have it here. And at one point when we were budgeting, we had grocery and household in one, and then we had a separate line item for beer, to be quite honest with you, because once that money was out, it was out. That was kind of our fun money. My husband and I didn't have our own separate fun spending account, so sometimes you could hear sometimes you want to set up a separate cash category and say, okay, you get, I don't know, $25, $50 a week to spend on whatever you want to spend on, if your budget allows, whatever, right? So say you have $25 per week, each spouse or each partner gets $25, and you put it in your envelope And then you can spend it on whatever. If you want to stop and buy yourself a Starbucks, you would use it for that. If you want to buy yourself some planner stickers that week and you don't have a separate planner account, budget account, you buy that. For me and my husband, though, we weren't really buying things separate like that. If I wanted some planner supplies or something like that, I would usually bring it up to him or talk to him, and we'd take it from somewhere else, but I wasn't purchasing a whole heck of a lot. So the things that we did do, though, was we would have at-home date nights, and we would have like a beer together, and have pizza and maybe a movie, just at home. And so we had a separate beer budget, and that's what that was for. It was for our in-home date nights. So I think I'm going to leave one more variable in here as I set this up. And then this last tab here is where I'm going to put in like the weekly type things, maybe a couple of these savings ones. I did mention in a couple of other videos that I think it was our June goals video that I want to, at our budget meeting, sit down and we really want to hone in on what we're saving for, what our goals are, and how we would like to kind of make a plan of attack for that. I know life gets lifey and things happen, but I think it would be nice to have game plan for it. So I like these savings trackers, are really cool. It's what I'm saving for, where it's saved, so what account, and then you can put your account number here if you want, the goal, and then your starting balance. And this kind of makes savings a little more exciting, because you can see your balance increase, and it becomes, I don't know, just this little like fun mind game where you're like, oh, I have this much, and then it hurts a little bit more to watch your balance when it has to go down. So having a visual tracker is helpful, at least to us, to be able to see and see it actually working, the budgeting, right? I like to have mine snipped on the side so that I don't have to keep opening and closing the rings. You can just kind of pop it in that way. But I don't think these are all cut. But I like to have these in for notes or for busier days on the go. I could do a daily type thing. And then I also want to put a weekly in here as well, because why not? Actually, let's put this in the back because it's got this. But I think I will need a couple more dividers. So let me see what I have. And I think this is going to be the setup for now. It's not too big where it won't fit into my bag. I usually carry a larger bag anyways, but it does have some like weight to it, some thickness to it. So let me show you how we ended up finishing it off for now. I'll probably come back in and do a little more decor, but for now it's okay. I didn't end up putting anything in here. I do have post-it notes. This is a picture of my whole family, but I don't show my kids on social media, so they're a little hidden there. And then I just had this printed out. It says, peaceful mind, grateful heart, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. And then more pictures here. Here's where I'll put maybe some of my cards. I don't think I'll need to fill all of them up. So again, I just have another printed thing out here. It says, the Lord is on my side, I will not fear, Psalm 118:6. And then I have a little like zipper pouch here. If I end up using cash and I need coins or something like that, I have that in here. And then I just left this section, finances, because that's kind of what it is. I have the top tab here, and these are pocket dividers that I made myself with lamination sheets and just a little sticker, so I can either, if we decide to use card system, I can stick the card in here, or I can use, if I want to put the receipts in here, I can, whatever we decide. Or like I said, you could essentially use this for cash too, because the bills would fit in here. And then I have just a budget sheet so I can mark it down. what we spent. So for example, if this is for our groceries, and I want to use cash, I can put cash here, or I can put it in the envelope. Or what I could do is, another option is to put the cash in here. Here's where I would mark down what I spent, just so I can know what's in here. And then in here, if I wanted to, I could throw the receipts in. Now, if I wasn't using the cash system and was just using cards, I could still just throw the receipts in here or in here and have that, if like, you know, I'm in the store and I'm in a hurry and just need to get out of the line and don't want to fill this in, that would be an option. So I have 3 setups that way. This one needs a budget category sheet, but I have 3 setups that way with an with the pocket divider, and it's got the top tabs, a budget sheet, and then an envelope. And then this last one here is a savings tracker, and I just put that sticky note on there with Isaiah 40:31 on it. Those who wait on the Lord will find new strength, because I thought it was appropriate for savings. So I have just a couple of the savings trackers here. This will all be filled out more once I have that budget meeting with my husband. And then this tab, we have our monthlies. And then I just used these little other bookmark tab thingies for the current. So this will be the current month, and I can just switch right through it. And what I decided to do on the monthlies is mark down the days that we have bills due. So I just took a highlighter and I highlighted the days that bills are due or coming out of our account, and then I'll put the price in, the amount, and then I'll just either put a check mark or something like that once it's paid. Then you know things are getting paid and stuff is all coming out appropriately. And so I just have the rest of the year in here as well. You could also use the monthlies if you wanted to keep track of your spending on here and see it all at one glance. You could use different color highlighters for different things. So if you wanted to do your bills all in one color, your groceries in another, your, you know, whatever different variables you have, and then you can make yourself a little key down here at the bottom. These printables have that little space there, or even here on the side. Or you could put your key, you know, on one spot, and then upcoming bills or upcoming things you want to be saving for here. And then the next section is the weekly. And again, I just went ahead and put another one of these little bookmark tabs there. And I went ahead and whited it out so that I could use it as needed. I may not need to use a weekly all the time, but like I said, as the weather is warming up, and like it or not, things are getting busier for me. I tend to like to have a slower paced lifestyle, which just works a little better for us. But the busier weeks or what have you, then I can put that down in here if I want to. And then I also have just like a fun little option. If I want to decorate, I can. If I don't have to. There's no pressure in this for me. So I went ahead and whited out the pages, and there's 6 weeks here. And then I went ahead and put in these weekly pages as well, just to have some extras in there too. And these are undated. And then the next tab has the last one of these little bookmark tabs. And then this is just a graph style here. And then the daily, you can pick it out, you know, what day you want to put in if you want to do it, or you could just use it as notes. So I just have a couple in there just in case. And then there is nothing in this tab here, but I went ahead and put in that quote that I had on the sticky note on another divider, just so I would have it with me. And then I put in the last 2 tabs in case I wanted to add something else in here, but also just to kind of keep the set together. And the very last thing I have is that DIY folder that I made, and all I did was keep the sticky notes in here on this card. I like having the sticky notes as an option in case I need to write a quick note or hand somebody something. I have a sticky note already prepped in there. And then these are just some other things that I have down in here. His will, his way, my faith, from a reminder of Jeremiah 29:11. And then this was just a picture of like office inspiration. I also think I'm going to add in one of these sections. I might do a shopping list. So I think I will add that in at another time, where I put in, like, I can keep our grocery list in here, shopping list in here, but also things like my kids' sizes of clothing, and if we need to get them, you know, new stuff as we're out and about and looking. And then I have been playing around with the idea of doing a capsule wardrobe. I did one a few years back in the summer and I loved it. Just one less decision to make. Kind of felt like it was very streamlined and worked well. So I may put some inspiration pictures of capsule wardrobes in here too. But for now, this is how I'm gonna have it, and I'm excited to use it and get going on it. I've been having a lot of fun setting up different planners and just finding my groove again, and not making any pressure to make it look like anybody else. It's just what works for me. So I hope this was inspirational to you or helped in any way. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It not only helps the channel so much, but it lets me know what kind of content you're looking for here on our little channel. If you're already a part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being a part of our little community here that we're trying to build. And if you're not already subscribed, maybe check out some of our other videos and see if you'd like to join our little family here. We would love to have you. If you haven't heard today, you are extremely loved and so appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.